Hey everyone, welcome back! Today I'm talking about the JRPG Metaphor ReFantazio and why it has the potential to become my game of the year. The story gripped me immediately. I've heard people call it a standard JRPG story, but that's not how I've perceived it. It might seem that way, but by the end of the demo, it shows potential to go in a different direction, which really excites me. Even if the story will follow a familiar path, the cutscenes and voice acting are of a really high quality. I'm honestly very excited to see where the story goes. Now let's talk about the art style and graphics. I've seen comments about the scenario graphics, like the environment and such, saying they're bad. While I understand that from a fidelity point of view, the art style is of such a high level that I don't mind the lower fidelity. Combine the interesting fantasy setting with the art style and the story, and you get an amazing presentation that fascinated me immediately. Also, I know the demo launched with some performance issues, but those already have been improved. Don't forget, demos tend to be older builds. By the way, I won't do a long and annoying call to action, but please like and subscribe. Let's continue. The combat is turn-based. I know that turns a lot of people off, but it's very fast, and the turn-based system allows for a lot of strategy. The system is based on an elemental weakness structure with more layers. It's not innovative, but for me, it's a case of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think it's important to highlight the quality of life improvements this game has over Persona. For example, you respawn before your last encounter when you die. While some people don't like this, I hated losing so much time with the save system in Persona 5, so I'm happy that's changed. On top of that, there's a small action combat element that lets you quickly kill weaker enemies, which significantly reduces the time it takes to grind. There are more improvements, but overall, if you loved Persona but didn't like some of its older design choices, this game has you covered. Before I get to the one thing I didn't like, let's summarize. The story and overall presentation are of such a high level that it immediately grabbed me, and I can't wait to see how it continues. The gameplay is very engaging and has tons of depth. Even if it's similar to Persona, I want more of that. On top of that, there are tons of quality of life improvements that make it feel more modern and easier to get into and keep playing. Combine all of this, and it makes me very excited, and it really has the potential to become my game of the year. Now for the one thing I didn't like, or let's say, a small frustration. I have deep respect for anyone who finished this demo on hard. You can basically softlock yourself. In the first dungeon, I used MP, your mana, to grind some levels to better fight enemies. But there was no way to replenish mana, leaving me with no choice but to lower the difficulty. That felt strangely unbalanced to me. But I decided that for this game, I'll make an exception and change the difficulty when needed, because I just have to see how the story continues. That's it for my video about why Metaphor ReFantazio is shaping up to be my game of the year. What do you think about the game? Are you planning to play it? Let me know in the comments.